Dun da da da! This is it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you my virtual pinball starter guide. And I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Welcome, pinball fans. My name's Rudy, aka Loaded Weapon, and you're here because you want to play your favorite pinball machines on your PC. You might not know much about virtual pinball, but in this video, I'm going to try to get you from zero to hero in one day. Um, Whereas a lot of times it takes people, days, weeks, months. Some people work on it forever just to get, the stuff that I'm going to show you to work. Uh, and hopefully we're going to have you up and running in less than an hour. So just stick with me, follow my guide, use the files, and we're going to be up and running in no time. You guys are gonna have a good time. Not only will this video help you play virtual pinball, but you're going to have all the files from the past 15 years. You'll be able to play everything. You'll be able to play tables like my old VP9 tables, like this Attack from Mars, all the way up into the new VP 10.8 virtual pinball tables. They look amazing. So, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, before we get started, I'm going to go over a few keywords that you'll probably hear during the installation. Number one here be baller installer. That's what we're going to use to install the base files. It will include Pinup Popper, Pinup Player, VPX, Future Pinball, um, Vpinmame, everything that you're going to need to play and to be ready for the 64-bit update that I will do afterwards. Alright, so we got Pinup Popper. That's basically the front end that you'll use to add your videos and games to. It's a front end that'll launch all your different emulators. You can even do Steam and everything right from that. So then you're going to have Pinup Player. That's basically a player that uses interactive videos to interact with the ROM or scripts and different pinball tables to give you more added visuals. We have VPX, that is Visual Pinball 10. This actually installs Visual Pinball 9 also, but we're going to have Visual Pinball 10, Visual Pinball 9, Visual Pinball 10.8, which is a new one with the for the new tables. Future Pinball, it has not really changed a lot over the years, but it's another virtual pinball emulation program. And the next one is BAM, which is tied in with the Future Pinball. It's a better arcade mode, and it improves on the Future Pinball platform, and it's needed to play all the new tables. Terry Red, he single-handedly is keeping Future Pinball on the map. So if you want to know anything about Future Pinball, you go to YouTube. You can check out Terry Red's videos. Vpinmame, that is basically if you know anything like MAME for arcade games, this is just the pinball version of that. It runs the programs, software from pinball machines to your actual virtual pinball machine. It gives you your score and all the cool stuff that the real pinball machine had. We have alt sounds. Pretty much alt color and alt sounds are just added files for virtual pinball. Someone come up with a new pinball pack that adds different sounds to the table. That'll be the alt sound. You can enable that in Vpinmame. I'll show you. The DMD is basically a dot matrix display. It gives you your screen for your scores and active modes, animations, all that. DMDExt is the external DMD that basically makes Vpinmame look better. So this gives you the added support of fully colorized DMD, and it does support for like FlexDMD, UltraDMD, and all that. You'll see. Uh, DMD device INI is basically the config file for the DMD, the external DMD. We'll be going into that, making adjustments. Also, the alt color is basically just adds color to your DMD display. Um, FlexDMD is an extension for like totally scripted tables that have their own DMD display. Um, you can add pictures and videos. Well, the original one was Ultra DMD. This Flex DMD replaces that, giving you a better looking score display for original tables. You have DOF, which is a direct output framework. It lets you hook toys basically to your cabinet. This is mainly for cabinet. You can hook up LEDs, coils, motors, fans. I mean, it's pretty much endless the amount of stuff you can do with DOF and different software. So we won't be doing a lot of DOF. That's more for you know, later on, more advanced users. B2S, that's the active backglass that gives you animated backglass lighting and effects, and some also come with like a full DMD score display also. We'll be going over that a good bit. Direct B2S is the actual backglass file itself. So when you download a table, say if you want to play Star Trek Next Generation, you download a table, you want the backglass to match it, you would need to download the direct B2S backglass. It will go into the tables folder with the table. They should both be named the same thing, and we'll go over all that also. ScreenRes.txt, that is the text file, that is the config for B2S. So that basically just tells B2S where to display your different screens, the backglass and the full DMD. Alright, there are 3 websites that you need to know. The first one being Nailbuster's Wiki. So basically you want to Google Nailbuster. You want to go to his website. He's basically the one that designed Pinup Popper, Pinup Player. And for any adjustment that you want to do, anything you want to add to it, different emulators, he has complete detailed information. If you want to read, a lot of people like to read, and they're better at learning that way. Me, I like watching a video, just follow along. But some people like to read, and there's plenty of reading to do here. He tells you how to adjust anything and everything. Also, a lot of good useful links here. So if you go down on the left hand side, it says useful links. You click that. He has all the websites that I'm going to go over: VP Universe, VP Forums, and then of course everything else. Everything that we're going to install, he has the GitHub and guides to those. If you want to know more about DOF, you can go here and check a guide out, download link, all that. All the different Facebook groups you could join if you want to know more, if you got questions about anything, got any issues. He is the man. He has pretty much everything you want to talk about. If you want to figure out how to add PC games, FX3, FX2, all that stuff, you can just click these, and he has detailed information with pictures, videos, everything, all the scripts you need. So come here, check his website out, and you can pretty much fix every issue with something from here. All right. Like I said, the other 2 websites, you want VP Forums as the home of JP Salas. You don't know him, but he is the godfather of virtual pinball. I know he's been doing this over 20 years probably. He keeps everything up to date. So all his tables will be updated to 10.8, which is the newest version. But you can come here and find all his tables and many others on this website. Next one is VP Universe. That's the home of the VPW team, and they push the boundaries of VPX. They just keep bringing it to the next level. You can come here and check out their downloads. If you click downloads, their new table just came out, Circus Voltaire. But if you want to get other tables of their downloads, you can actually just click their name, VPIM Workshop. Click that. Click Files, and you'll see all their tables here. I suggest getting them all. They're all great. So that's it for the websites. I did mention earlier about Terry Red. If you have future pinball issues, or if you want to do more with future pinball, I suggest you look up Terry Red. Here he is. He is doing amazing things with future pinball and getting it closer and closer to VPX. The only bad issue with future pinball had always been the actual feel and gameplay of the table. The ball always seemed kind of light and floaty. It moved around real slow. With the implementation of BAM and his new updates, and running the new PhysX engine, future pinball is getting better and better, and he has some amazing tables with cool visual effects and videos, and so check him out. Let's get into it. I will say this, I suggest that someone talked about different setups. I know some people have had success using like single board computers or a low-end PC, but I just from my experience, if you want to have a good time, for 1080p, you want at least a quad core. I would say run at least a 1050 card. I would say no less than 16 gigabytes of memory for any setup. 16 gig will work on any setup from 1080p all the way up to 4K. Not saying that 8 gig won't work, but it's taxing and it won't work for a lot of the high-end stuff. You'll basically run out of memory. All right. So 1080p, like I said, 1050. If you get up to 2K, you want at least a 2070. You get up to 4K, I would say at least a 2080 Ti, 3060 above. All right. First, we'll get into the NVIDIA settings first. I suggest NVIDIA. Intel and NVIDIA, you have less issues. Not saying AMD won't work, but like I said, NVIDIA, less issues. All right. I am on Windows 11, so I will show you that it will work. But I have set up on Windows 7, Windows 10. My cab myself is actually on Windows 10, but this here will be on Windows 11. So we're going to go to show more options, go to control panel. All right. If your monitors are G-Sync and InSync enabled, make sure you go ahead and enable that. I have two 165 Hz screens, so we're going to be using those. But we're going to go to set up multiple displays. And it does not matter about these numbers, but they need to be in the right order. Playfield needs to be your primary display, mark it as primary display, and then your backglass, then your DMD. And it needs to be lined up straight across the top. You can't have it at the bottom or, wherever. It needs to be lined up. Just like that. Straight across. 1, 2, 3. If you can maybe change your wires around to get them 1, 2, 3, but the numbers do not matter. As long as the screens themselves are in the right order. Playfield, backglass, DMD. Just like that. Alright. We're going to go to the change resolution screen. This is for transparency later on. It'll keep you from having the black border on your T-Arc and Pinup popper. And when you do launch videos or T-Arc videos, it keeps you from having a big black square on your screen. But basically you want to be at the change resolution. You want to go down here on each monitor. You want to select using video color settings, and you need to have output dynamic range on full on all three monitors. They need to be, it does not matter about the color depth. 8 is fine if you do not have a 10, a monitor that's capable of 10. But output dynamic range needs to be full on every monitor there, and then also down here to adjust video color. Alright, it'll normally be up here. You want to go down to NVIDIA settings. You want to click advanced. It'll probably be over here. Click advanced, and you want to switch this. It'll probably be on limited. You want it to be full. Alright, same thing. All three monitors. NVIDIA settings, full. NVIDIA settings, full. Apply. Alright. We're going to go up here to manage 3D settings, and really the only thing I change on that is your performance mode. So if you're going to go down power management mode, you can click it, put it on prefer maximum performance. Alright, hit apply. Just like that. That's really the only thing. I wouldn't change anything else in NVIDIA. Alright. Now for the Windows. Here's what I do. I want to go to your search bar down here. First thing I do is type in UAC. Pops up, change user account settings. You want to click that. You want to make sure this is all the way at the bottom. Hit OK. Alright. Then what I do, you want to type in internet. It's going to give you internet options. You're going to go to security. You're going to go down here to custom level. And then you're going to scroll down to launching applications and unsafe files. You want to enable that. That will give you, stop you from having pop-up. Alright. You want to have that. Hit yes. Alright. Then we're going to type in update. We're going to go to Windows Update Settings. You want to make sure that your Windows is up to date. Also your NVIDIA drivers, make sure they are all up to date. And we're going to disable those for a while we do this install. You don't want that running in the background. Alright, so we can hit pause update. Then you can pick how long. Let's pause. I'm just going to say pause for 5 weeks, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can always come back and resume it. Alright. Okay, once we've did that, type in virus. That's going to show you virus and threat protection. Alright. We're going to go over here. We're going to turn all this stuff off. We're going to go to manage settings. You're going to switch all these off. Alright. Real time, cloud delivered, automatic sample, tamper protection, all that. We're going to turn all that off. Alright, now we want to go to settings. At the bottom, we want to get where it says notifications. We want to manage notifications. We want to turn all these off. Virus threat, account protection, firewall. These are notifications that it tries to give you. We'll turn all these off. Like I said, if you don't feel uncomfortable doing this, if you use your computer to, go to porn sites or download some kind of BitTorrent files, I wouldn't suggest that. But I use mine just for pinball, and I only go to the appropriate pinball sites. So, doing that, you won't ever have an issue. Alright? If not, then I suggest you leave them on. Alright. So we've did all that. We've turned everything off. That has all of our pop-ups done. Alright? So that is the Windows setting. Like I said, make sure NVIDIA is up to date. So now we are going to get into the files. So I will link my package that has all of the update files in it. So that'll have everything, and I just updated that today too, so it has some extra stuff in there. One thing you need, this is for everybody, so before you get to messing with any zip files or pinball or whatever, make sure you download 7-zip. Alright, type in 7-zip, go to download, 64-bit right at the top. 64-bit. Run that. Alright, we're going to install that. Okay. Alright. Go to my downloads. That's where I have my complete update at. Alright. I'm going to show you this too. If for some reason and you look at your zip files, that you have files that have been zipped, and they still show like a a yellow folder with the little zip using the Windows default zip, you need to change that. So basically what you do, you just find you a zip file, you right click on it. We're going to go to open with. We're going to go to choose another app. Alright. We're going to go to more options. Oh, I'll scroll down, sorry. Choose an app on your PC. Alright. If you've just installed the 7-zip, it'll be right here. So you can go to on the left hand side here, you can go to your PC, it's PC, C drive, program files, oh, back up, program files, 7-zip. Alright, so we're going to 7-zip, and the one you want to click is the 7ZFM. That is the file manager. So we're going to click that and hit open, and then you're going to click always. Alright, that's going to convert all your zip files. Bam. Every zip file you have on your machine, it's going to set it up for 7-zip. That'll save you in the long run. You won't have to unblock files or anything. Alright, they'll be good to go. Okay, so now we have all my files. Alright, you've just installed 7-zip. Now you want Baller Installer. So what we're going to do, if you hadn't already, this will be the websites you want to sign up for and stuff at the beginning. So we're going to go to Facebook. Really, Facebook and Discord is only 2 places you can get this right now. So we're going to go to Pinup Popper Baller Installer. Right? You want to make sure you are in this group. Once you join this group, at the very top of their page is the feature. See that? It says feature. Click that. Here it is. It's the newest baller. Click that. If for some reason it pops up and it tries to need a decryption key, use we're going to right click, copy this link. We're going to use the Windows Microsoft Edge. So I'm going to open that up. Not now, we don't care about all this. Just go to new tab. Paste it in the top. Hit download. Download Baller Installer. Keep anyway. Stupid Microsoft Edge tries to block it. Make sure it's in your downloads. Alright, there it is. We'll right click it and make sure it's not blocked. It's not. The update package, so that will be linked below in the comments. As you can see, if you open this up, everything is now numbered and in order, so you can't really mess up 1 through 14, and we'll go over each one in detail. Okay, so let's get started. I will try to keep this full screen for the first part of the Baller Installer, but once we get into the pup screens and all that and the rest of the installation and configuration, I'll have to split it. I have to shrink it up and so I can fit all 3 screens on here. So here we go. Go to your C drive. Make sure that you do not have an older version of Virtual Pinball or anything on your system. Basically, your C drive needs to be clear. Okay. Make sure you have enough space. It doesn't take up that much space, but like I said, my main pinball cab's only 500 gig, and I've got probably 700 tables on there, Puppacks, videos, everything, and I only use maybe 250 gig. I don't know. And that includes Windows and everything, so it's not that much. So here we go into it. Ball installer, we're going to click it. We're going to accept the agreement, hit next. Like I said, it's going to C drive, Vpinball, do not change that, hit next. Hit install. We're going to let all this install. I might, just to make this video a little bit shorter, I might cut some of these install screens down, but we'll see. Alright, when DirectX pops up, you want to make sure you hit accept the agreement, next, next, install. Alright, then we're going to click finish. You want to make sure run config is checked and hit finish. Okay, so this starts up the baller installation. This is going to get all your files and configs. It'll set up everything. We're going to start on the far left side where it says intro. Okay. Then we're going to go to the right one to set up layout. Alright, like I said, this is a 3-screen setup, but you pick what you have over here. You got desktop, 2-screen, slim DMD, real DMD, or full DMD, which is what I'm going to run. If you got 1080p, click 1080p. If you got anything higher than that, click 4K. I am running 2K screens, so I'm going to click 4K. Okay, we're going to hit apply layout. Alright, this is just telling you what I told you earlier. You want to keep your screens this way. They all need to be horizontal and in the correct orientation and order. Does not matter about the numbers. Make sure your text size in Windows is at 100%. Don't try to have it like zoomed in or anything. I forgot to mention that. We're going to hit next. Alright, we're going to test the display layouts. Cisco's going to check it. All monitors seem correct. We're going to hit install apps. It's going to pop up some stuff. It's telling you B2S registered. Pop up some more stuff. Future Pinball is going to install. It's going to sit here for a little bit. Just let it sit here. It'll go away. Alright. It said installing apps finished. Okay. Once it says that, we're going to go to set up display positions. At this point, I'll probably have to stop recording and switch this to show all 3 monitors. Alright, we're going to set up our popper displays. This first one is the topper. I'm not going to use a topper, so I'm not going to worry about that. But just in case you did, you could put it, say, like maybe at the top of your backglass or something and hit center. If you wanted to cite, you could do whatever, but we're not going to use that. We're going to leave it off. But we will use all the DMDs. So you want to take the DMD, you'll make every one of them over to your DMD screen. You want to make them full screen, so hit full, then hit full screen. If for some reason you're going to do it on the bottom of your backglass, you would want to put it on the backglass and make it a certain size. You know what I mean? And then you could center it. So like center, you could pick like a ratio, say 4:1 ratio, and then center it, and then put it, you know, wherever you wanted it. And then, but you have to make sure to put them all on top of each other at the exact same spot, at the exact same size. So basically what I'm saying is the DMD, the apron DMD, alright, so you would go over here, same thing, hit 4:1 ratio, drag it down to the very bottom, hit center. Try to make them the same size. You could actually use these numbers. So if you look at DMD 4:1 Slim, you see it gives you these numbers in screen position. So if you copy these numbers down on a piece of paper or something, then you could you want music and full DMD, all 3. DMD, music, full DMD to be exactly the same. Okay? So I'm going to take mine, I'm going to put them over here. I want full screen. I'm going to hit full screen. Backglass, of course, will go to your backglass. Full, hit full screen. Playfield, of course, will be right here. Hit full screen. Hit show select to get this back. Music, it's going to go to your DMD. Full screen. And full DMD, we want that to go over to the DMD full screen. Okay? That's all you have to worry about. DMD, backglass, playfield, music, apron full DMD. Okay? Hit save settings. Hit exit. Alright. We're going to apply display settings to all apps. Click that. Setup's all done. Hit next step. Okay, we're here. We're not going to change any of this. Only reason it's here is to give you your coordinates on your DMD device.ini. That's all this is. It's going to set that up. So basically what we're just going to do is we're going to save DMD settings. Alright. Once you do that, hit next page. We're all done. Hit close. So that's it for that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go to PC, hard drive, Vpinball, visual pinball, tables. Then we're going to go to our downloads. We're going to go to our update. And we're going to use all these files. 1 through 14, they are in order. I'm going to show you how to update everything. Super simple. I mean, you're going to have 15 years of visual pinball files all in 30 minutes. Okay, so we're going to open up B2S server. We're going to grab all these files. Make sure you hold, if you click the top one, you hold down Control Shift. You can click the bottom one, it'll select everything for you. Just in case you didn't know that. Drag them out to a blank space in the folder. Hit replace. Okay. We just did that. Now once we got these files in here, we're going to right click on B2S Backglass server registration app. You're going to right click it and you're going to run as administrator. This is crucial. You need to run as administrator. Okay? I already did this one time, so that's why it's asked me do I want to do it again. But just yes to everything. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Alright? Alright, that's registered. Now, one little step that we're going to do here, we're going to go to the screenres.txt. Okay? And the only thing it has in here is our backglass resolution. You need to put your playfield resolution. If yours is 1080p, you put 1920 by 1080. If it's 2K like mine, you do 2560 1440, just like that. So all you need to do is have your playfield resolution and your backglass resolution, and that's going to help you when we run this app right quick. So save it, close, save. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to run the screen res identifier. I'm going to double click this. Alright, it's going to pop up. And what you want to do is select your setup, 1, 2, or 3 screen. I have 3 screen. Do you want to get a setup recommendation from me? Hit yes. Alright. Basically it shows all your file. You want to make sure playfield's full screen, your backglass full screen. Make sure they're taking up the whole screen. My DMD is not, so I got to put that DMD size in there. On the DMD location, I'm going to put 0 and 0. And then on the DMD size, I'm going to put 1920 by 1080. Okay. we're going to come back here and click on our main screen. If for some reason you couldn't see this one here, if it's up here, it could be on the very top left hand corner. You might have to stretch it out. But that's the reason we put the playfield size in there. That way this will pop up full screen. If for some reason you can't see some of the other screens, you can click where are the other windows. You can click that. But right now we have all 3 screens covered, okay? And they are in full size. So all we're going to do is hit Save Settings. Your settings are saved. That's it. We're going to exit out of this. Now if you go back and look at your screen res.txt, if you'll see it has our playfield, backglass, and DMD. See that? Just like that. Alright. So we have that set up. So now we're going to go to number 2. We're going to do to the Pinup system update. We're going to go and take our plugin 64. We're going to put that in here. We're going to take the pup registration 64-bit, bring that in here. We're going to go back one. As you'll see, here's your Vpinmame folder. We're going to take this Vpinmame folder, we're going to drag it in here, and it's going to put the file inside that folder for you. Okay? If you want to check it just to make sure it's in there, you can go in here. It's the DMD device pup64 update. You can go in here, scroll down, make sure that that's in here. DMD device pup64. See that? Alright. So we're going to go back. I'm going to go back to our tables folder where we put the registration app. We're going to do just like we did on the Backglass server. We're going to right click it and we're going to run as administrator. Now the first time you do this, nothing will pop up. You'll think it didn't do anything, but yeah, it worked. If you want to do it again, just go ahead and right click it, do it again. This box will pop up and you type in yes just to overwrite your settings. But it'll work the first time. Okay, so that's it. Right click, run administrator, just like that. Okay, so that's number 2 done. We're going to go to number 3. Take this plugin 64 folder, just drag it in here in the tables folder. Replace. That's all you do for that. Go back. Now we're going to back up one. We're going to go to our Vpinmame folder. Okay. Now we are going to take our DMD device.ini. See this right here? We're going to take our configuration file out and put it over here. If you can't see the extensions, you'll see it says config file or whatever. And make sure that these files, if they're not already set for Notepad, like you want to change open with and it needs to be set for Notepad. That way you can edit these things. So when you open up a config file, it'll be edited. Okay. Keeping an eye on this too, because I'm going to show you later. But the original DMD device log.config, see that? It says warn. Okay, we're going to have to change that later. Okay, so we are on Vpinmame. I'm going to grab all these, copy them over. Same thing, this one here, copy all these. There was actually 2 folders missing. That is alt color and alt sound. I added them to this. Alt sound packs you can download. People make alt sound packs. I don't really care for them, but you might like them. Alt color, you definitely will use a lot. And I gave you your first color ROM. This is for the Star Trek Next Generation. Okay? But basically your alt color files will go in here. So now we're going to go to the ROMs folder right here. We're going to go down to the new ROMs for Vpinmame. And we're going to get all these. Put them in here. Okay. We're going to back up. Okay, now that we've installed the Vpinmame, or we've put it in a folder, we need to install it. So you got 2 setups here. If you scroll down, we're in the Vpinmame folder. Scroll down, you got setup, setup 64. We're going to run setup 64. We're going to hit install. Yes. Okay. Quit. Setup 64. Install. Yes. On this one, we're going to go ahead and set up defaults. Basically, it needs to look just like this. You want to check color DMD. And all the rest of the settings should look like this. We're going to use external DMD, not the regular DMD. You can do resampling. Do not put 1 in alt sound. You do that per table. If you do that, it'll have your sound real low on some of your ROMs. Okay, we'll get a good look at that. That's the way it needs to look. Okay, quit. Okay. So now we're going to go to the color plugins. So we're going to go to the first one. All the files. Drag them, put them in here into your Vpinmame folder. The rest of this is going to go pretty quick. Same thing with the next one. Put them in here. FlexDMD. Grab all them, put them in here. Okay, and this is what I was talking about earlier. We're going to go to this FlexDMD log config. Remember, it used to say warn. Now it says trace info. We're going to go ahead and put this back to warn. W-A-R-N. Just like that. Hit save or close, and it'll save. Okay. Then we're going to go to FlexDMD UI. If you notice, when you run this, you're going to have 2 green checks and 2 X's. All you got to do is hit register. Wait till it turns green. Hit register. Turn to green. You're good to go. That's the new FlexDMD installed, just like that. Okay, we're going to go back. Go back in here. We're going to actually go back 1 to the Visual Pinball folder. If you scroll down, this will be where your EXEs will be. You actually have VP9, VP10. You don't have to worry about. I'd delete these 2. You don't have to, but they won't be used. The 106 and the POV one. And VP8, Vpinball 8. Nobody's playing that. Some 9 tables are pretty good, like I said, but you can leave those. I'll leave them just like that. So we are on this. Let's get all these files. Drag them in here. I've already renamed them so you won't overwrite anything that's not supposed to be overwritten. So this is just bam. Just all these next ones you're just going to drag in here. Nothing to it. Super easy. Alright. So now you're going to see you're going to have some new EXEs. You're going to have your new VPinmame.exe. That's going to be 10.74. 64-bit, so that's going to be the default one that Popper will choose to run. We can do the alt launcher for the rest of them, but you have the GL version, and if for some reason you don't want to run the GL version, you can have the DirectX version, X64. Okay, and then there's a couple of tables that need 32-bit, so we have that installed also. So basically you have everything. You can run every table imaginable, all the way from the old, like I said, VP9 tables all the way up to the brand new VPW tables that just released yesterday. So this, I mean, you're set. Okay? So only other thing we need to do is fix our Popper recorder. This is so much easier than it used to be. It's just 2 files. If you go to, if you back up again, you're going to go to Pinup System. You're going to go to Recordings. Alright? Recordings. You're going to go in here, and these 2 files right here, you're going to drag the exe and the .bat into your recordings and overwrite. That's it. Popper recorder is already set, just like that. Okay? So you guys now have all the files set up to play anything you want. Okay, and every color file you want. I know you might not know about all of them now, but there's like 4 or 5 different color file variations that take different plugins. The INI, the VNI, the CRZ, the pack file, the PAC. I mean, this will play everything, so you'll be good to go. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to show you how to install some tables, and I'll show you how I do it. So we're going to go here, Internet. We're going to go to the VP Universe. My favorite table is Star Trek: The Next Generation. So we're going to click Files. We're going to type that in, Star Trek Next Generation. Okay, hit Enter. This is going to give you all the files for that. Now, if you want to do the Puppacks, you can go ahead and get that, but we're just going to start out with the. I'll do both. We're going to get the new VPW mod. We're going to download that. We're going to back up. We're going to get the Puppacks. It might take a little while to download, but I'm going to show you how to do 2 tables at once. One Puppacks and one B2S Backglass. So we're going to download the Backglass with full DMD. I have a full DMD. If you don't have a full DMD, you can still use this Backglass, and I'll show you how to disable it. So we're going to hit download. Okay, we got all our files here. That's all we need. You actually have the ROM for this already, but if you did not have the ROM, I'm going to show you how to search for it. Okay. I need to wait for my download to finish for the Puppacks. Here we go. Alright, close that out. So we're going to go back to our hard drive, Vpinball, Visual Pinball, and tables. Okay, this is where our tables and backglasses are going. Let's go ahead and delete this non-used stuff. So the rubber object, the test, delete that, and calibration test. There we go. So we just have one table. This is Leprechaun King. Okay. So now we're going to our downloads. We have Star Trek. This is the B2S Backglass. And then we have the table. And this is the Puppacks. Okay. I'll show you about that later. We'll work on that later. Let's close this out. Now what I like to do, the naming, it just drives me nuts. Okay, so I don't, all these extra lines and numbers and all that, people like to leave them on there so they know what version they have, but it's actually written in the script what version it is, and if it's not, you can put it in there. So if you hit one, hold control, click the other, you can name them both at the same time, and I suggest you do that. That way you don't have any extra spaces or miss anything up. So we're going to rename, hit more options, rename. I'm going to click in here. Alright, I'm going to erase all this. I like to put in quotes. I like to give it the right spaces. I'm OCD like that. I keep my tables folder super neat. Okay, so we have Star Trek: The Next Generation, Williams, 1993. Okay. Once you hit enter, it'll name them both the same for you, so you know they're right. Okay. So let's do this. Let's go back one to our EXEs. Now I want to make 2 shortcuts, so I'm going to hold down right mouse on them, drag them out. I want to make a shortcut for VPinmame. So create shortcut, and then the GL. Create shortcut. Alright. These both have settings and they both are separate. Sorry, I'm eating a peppermint here. Can't have talk. Let's click on the 10.7. First thing I like to do, and it's probably already off because I already did this one time, but we're going to go to the editor and set it up like this. I don't like for the pop-up window to come up. I don't like for it to auto-save every 10 minutes. So just do your settings like this. Okay. Then we're going to go to preferences. You're going to go to video graphics. You want to make sure that your resolution is selected. You want to make sure you're on full screen checked. We want to use quality FXAA. I do not like ball trails. That's just terrible. But if you do, you can leave that on. We'll leave that one. Anisotropic filtering checked. Cabinet anti-stretch. Just like that. All these settings. When you're doing adjustments, you leave everything just like this. When you actually get done and you're going to start playing to play, you need to check force exclusive full screen. You want that checked. It keeps you from having lag. Okay. Well, we're going to turn that off. That looks good for that right now. Close that out. We're going to do the GL version. It's kind of just the opposite. Preference, video graphics. This does try it in window mode. If for some reason it doesn't seem like it plays good, then you can try full screen. I've had mixed results with these, but the rest of the settings you can leave. Just put in quality FXAA. Put the top one on dynamic. The middle one try with static with balls. You want frame pacing on. Cabinet anti-stretch. I don't do ball trails. If you want that, you can select that. And that's it. You leave all this stuff just like this and get a good look at it. Don't mess with this. This is for 3D. Hit OK. Close it out. Okay, so now we're going to do the 10.7. We're going to hit File. We're going to load Star Trek Next Generation. Okay. Alright. Just say you got this table for the first time, you didn't have the ROM. You can actually hit play to tell you what ROM you're missing, or without having to do all that error stuff, just hit Edit, Find, Game Name. Hit Enter. Here it is, game name. This is the name of the ROM. You want to copy this. Open up Google Chrome. Paste it in. Space. Write ROM after it. Hit Enter. It's going to take you right to the ROM. It'll either be on VP Forums, VP Universe. You can click them and then download the ROM. Just that simple. It's easy to find them. Okay. But I already have it in the download, so it's already in your ROMs. I'll show you where it goes just in case you didn't know. So when you download your ROMs, you're going to go to C, Vpinball, Visual Pinball, Vpinmame, and ROMs right here. That's where we added all the ROMs earlier. But Star Trek, right here. It's already in there. Okay? Along with the alt color. So let's check this out. Let's hit play. Alright. When you first load a table, it's going to be in like factory reset. So to get the table to reset, the ROM to reset and make the NV file, you're going to hit F3. You need to be clicked on a table. Hit F3. It's going to reset it. Okay. Now wherever your DMD is at, you'll be able to drag it around. A lot of times, like when I set it up, it'd have been covered up my whole full screen here, and you might would have to grab a corner and shrink it. But we're going to put it in here. Alright. I'm going to do like this. I'm going to drag it out. I'm going to leave it about right there. Looks pretty good. Alright, I'm going to right click. I'm actually going to save this globally because most of all mine are going to be right here. So we'll save globally, and you can adjust per table. We'll right click and then save position per the ROM, so systing. Okay? Okay. So another thing, when you first download a ROM, like this one here is telling me the coin door is open. The coin door on all Williams tables, the later DMD ones, it'll be the end key. So between delete and page down, the end key, END, we're going to mash that. See, that just closed it. But what we need to do, we actually need to open it back up. So we're going to press end key again. Okay. Once we do that, that's where our volume buttons are. So we're going to press 9. So 9 and 8 is the volume. So press 9. See that? We're going to go all the way. Don't max it out. You can put it pretty close. We'll put it about 28. Then we're going to press the end key again to close the door. Okay? You want to make sure your mouse is on the playfield. You're going to click it again. And then we're going to hit 5. Hit the number 5 for coins. We're going to hit number 1 to start the game. Okay. The enter key will be your plunger to start out, and then the shift keys. The shift keys are your flippers, okay? Hit Q, Q and Q to exit. Alright, Q and Q. Okay. So now that we have that set, now we need to add it to Popper, okay? Once we did our install, it made a folder up here. It's Pinup folder. We're going to drag our Pinup Popper front end out, okay? That launches Pinup Popper. I want to give you a look at it. I'm going to show you the way it is right now. Let me turn my volume down. Okay, so let's just launch the Pinup Popper front end so you can look at it. Okay, this is what it looks like. Your arrow keys will move left and right. So enter will enter the Visual Pinball X. Like I said, we only got one table right now. We're going to hit enter, and as you can see, our DMD will be off, but we'll go ahead and set it for the next one. So let's hit enter. Hit enter again to start. Alright, there it is. We're going to go with our mouse over to our DMD. It's pretty close. Click our playfield, and we're going to hit escape. Get out. We need to fix that bar or our icons off. We're going to hit escape and then enter, enter. I forgot one of the main points. Well, I just did this one time. I had to set it up again. But we forgot to set up our DMD device.ini. That's why my DMD was all weird. So we're going to go to Vpinball, Visual Pinball, Vpinmame. You remember we backed up our DMD device.ini, and we have the new one in here. Well, while it works, there's still a bunch of settings that we need to set. Okay? So we're going to open this up. Not the pup, DMD device. Here we go. Alright. So at the top it says resize to fit, and you can leave that. um, enable or disable frame by frame, and we're going to leave it. We're going to do scale 2 times. Right here, scale to HD. I like running that. If you like more of this square dot look, you can leave this default. I'm going to put true. Virtual DMD is true. Stay on this right here. We want our DMD to always be on top. True. You want it to ignore aspect ratio. So we're going to put true. I'm not going to... Normally the reason we backed up our DMD was so we could have it in the right location, but yeah, we already saved one, so that's pretty good now. We're going to go down all the way down to right here, pin to DMD, just a plain one, not these other ones. Pin to DMD, I want that true. Go on down. Pinup. You want Pinup true. This is for Puppacks. Alright. That's it. If you had if you're doing like an update and your old DMD device .ini had some saved tables all the way at the bottom. So say like you go all the way to the bottom here, like see where this is saved, like where I saved for systing. You could actually copy that and then paste it to this new one here too. Okay, well, that's it. Close this and save that. Alright. So now we're going to add, we're going to go into our Pinup folder here. We're going to go to the Pinup Popper config. I'm going to show you this. We're going to go to Games Manager. We're going to go to Add New Games. We're going to go to Vpinmame. Alright, and then we're going to scan. You'll see the table that we put in there is right here. You're going to just check it. Add games to system. Okay? Just like that. Alright, so we're going to close this out. We're going to go back to our playlist. I'm going to show you how to edit this. I don't care for just random games on the front of the playlist. I like it just to be the emulators and the emulators I want. So let's take Leprechaun King. It doesn't get rid of it. It's just because it's also in the emulator. So if you go to VpinMame, Leprechaun King's in here. But this is just like redundant. So click this, hit remove game. Right, that remove game. If you don't want to see future pinball, you can go down here, hit settings, click uncheck visible, hit save. Right. Just added. I don't care for that, so I'm going to go to settings, uncheck, hit save. Mame, I don't care to see Mame, so hit uncheck visible, save. Pinball FX3, we don't have those right now, so I'm going to uncheck that. And then, of course, we do have Visual Pinball X. Okay? So now all we should have is Future Pinball, Visual Pinball X. Let's close that. Our wheel image was off some, so we're going to fix that. On Pinup Popper, you click that. We want to change global config. At the top it says wheel, game wheel toolbar. And this is your arc, your wheel arc. You can change this in number. I'll put about 28. It'll be close. Okay. Hit save. Alright. Now if you want to change your controls, say you're in your cabinet, it's really simple. All you do is hit your controller setup. You come over here. You want to set up your exit emulator button. You want to set up a game start button. Okay? And to do that, all you do is double click. So if I want game start, I want to use that to be your plunger. Same as your plunger button. So I'm going to double click. Press my plunger button. Just like that. You want Game Next. Double click that. That'll be your right flipper. Alright? Right flipper. Click that. You want to go prior to backwards basically, be your left flipper. Double click that. Okay. Now if you have MagnaSave buttons, I would set those up to prior next and page next, page prior. That does the alphabet. So once you get up, several hundred games, you could just hit next and it'll go to like A, then go straight to the B's, C, D, like that. It helps you navigate quicker. She'll set those up. But whatever buttons you need at least 5 buttons plus flipper and MagnaSave to do everything. Okay? So that'd be what, 13, 14 buttons. But yeah, it's completely up to you what you use and how you set them up. Okay, so we're going to close that out. Now we're going to go to Game Manager. Now that we've added the game, we're going to put some media to it, okay? So we go to Media. Up top you can go sort by added or by emulator to Visual Pinball X. We have the 2 games. I'm going to show you how to do a full screen loading video. It kind of adds a little flair to it. So we're going to go to the Leprechaun King. Okay. To do a full screen loading video, you're going to click. This is like a search button for each thing. So you got Backglass, DMD, Playfield, all that. So here's loading. So you're going to hit search. Now this is the video, but you can't just add it. What you got to do is on the search screen string at top, we're going to type in blank. Hit enter. Okay, you're just going to pick the HD one. It doesn't matter. So you always have to do this for full screen. So double click that. It's going to pop this up, and that's what it looks like. So just close. So hit download and use. Okay. Now we're going to search for our full screen loading video. So I know there's one there. There it is. So now we're going to double click this. This is what it looks like. Close that. Alright, so we're going to hit download and use. That's going to ask you, do you want to overwrite? You do not want to do that. Okay? What you want to do is hit add to list. Once it does that, it pops up. You want it to be Playfield. So that's number 3. Hit 3. Hit OK. There you go. That's a full screen loading video for that. And I'll show it to you once we get into it. So we got Star Trek Next Generation we added. There's no media here. So let's, the best thing I would do the wheel image and the loading video, and then we'll record the rest. Okay? So let's do wheel image. Let's go down here and pick something kind of, you want to look for Next Generation. There's so many of them. Not Future Pinball. That's pretty good. I want to. Alright, we're going to go with that. So we're going to hit use image. Okay, then we're going to go loading. Star Trek. Next Generations right here. Now look, this is not a full screen loading video. This is, so you got your choice. So I want to show you this. You have, double click this one. It says T-Arc. So double click this. And it'll just be this right here at the bottom of your screen. Okay? It'll look like that. Or, now if you want that video, you can just hit download and use, and that's it. You don't need a blank or anything. Okay? Now if you want this, we already did a full screen one, so I'm going to show you the T-Arc one. Okay? So let's just do this one here. Let's go double click this. And they are pretty cool too. So you can mix and match with this. Or you can do them all full screen. There's actually a whole lot more. If you go to VP Universe, there's a bunch of videos on there you can just look at. But anyway, just hit download and use. Okay? That's it. No blank needed for a T-Arc. Okay? But if it's full screen, you need a blank first. Alright, so let's close this out. let's exit. We're not going to launch it, so let's just exit. I'm going to show you how to record your media. So we're going to go to C drive, Vpinball, Pinup system, and scroll down here, Popper auto record. Alright, we want to make a shortcut for this. So I'm going to right click, drag out, let go, create shortcut. Okay. Alright, we're going to click this. Alright, first thing you want to do, you want to pick what you have. So like I do not have a slim DMD. Alright, so I'm going to do not record that. I don't have a topper. We're not going to record that. I do have a backglass, so you put record only if missing, playfield only if missing, and I have a full DMD, okay? So I'm going to click only if missing. Now I'm going to make all mine 10 seconds. There's no reason for them to be, if you want your videos to be longer than that, you can actually play it while it records if you want, more action, but whatever. Your startup delay, we're not going to wait a whole minute for it to start recording. My system's pretty fast. It loads the table pretty much instantly. We're going to wait about 5 seconds. Okay? So it takes less than 5 seconds to load a table. So start delay and exit delay. This will make it quicker. Okay? So now we're going to go over here to the left. Now that we have all of our settings set, we're going to pick Visual Pinball. We're going to hit Scan. And as you can see, we have Star Trek, missing the playfield, backglass, and full DMD. Okay? So all you do is hit Start Auto Record, and we're going to sit back and let it do its thing. Now you can add a whole bunch of tables at once and then come back and then do this, and I have left it on. Like if I've backed up my system and redid it for whatever reason, and have hundreds of tables, I'll leave it on overnight and let it record. But alright, here we go. Hit yes. Don't touch anything, just let it go. It's actually going to switch and load the table itself. There's that T-arc loading. That's kind of cool, huh? Alright, just like that, and it's finished. What you guys think? That's pretty good. Okay. Hit escape. Enter, enter. Alright. So we'll close this out. I'm going to show you. We're going to launch Pinup Popper. Alright. So we have Star Trek and Leprechaun. I'm going to show you this full screen video. I have to fix my DMDs now since we changed the DMD device to INI. Right click, save for the Leprechaun. Alright. Go back, click on the playfield. Let's hit escape. Hit escape. Enter, enter. There we go. Alright, I'm going to show you with the Puppacks. I'm going to show you how to run, just say if you wanted two different tables, or two of the same table, but you want one with a Puppacks and one with the backglass. Okay? So I'll show you this. I'm going to go Visual Pinball, Vpinmame, tables. Okay, so basically what I want to do, I want to copy my table. Alright. Copy here. We're going to change the name. So I'm going to name this one Pup. Okay, just like that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open my launcher, hit File, Open. I'm going to go in my tables folder. I'm going to pick the pup. I'm going to open this up. Okay, so now what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to change the ROM name. Okay, so let's go to the script, find, we're going to type in game name, enter. Alright, here's the game name, it's Sisting underscore 7, and all you have to do is change it slightly. So I'm going to put a P on the end of it. Okay, a P, just like that. See that? But you have to remember that once you made it. So copy it. All right. Close. File. You got to save it. Okay. Save. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go back out, back. We're going to do Pinup System, Pup Videos. Pup Videos, as you'll see, it makes a folder for every table you run. But if you look in here, there's nothing in here, so we don't have a pup. But what we do have is the pup that we downloaded earlier. So we're going to go to downloads. Here it was, Sisting 2021. Anyway, the pup is always going to be named what the ROM is. So you can see that's not it. That's not it. So make sure it's not inside another folder. So we're going to click this. See, they give you an alt sound and a pup. I don't care for alt sounds, but if you do want the alt sound, I'll show you where to put it. But you would want to lower the volume of your ROM. Okay, so let's do Sisting. Let's put that in here. Okay. Now you remember we changed our name of our game, so it's not that anymore. So let's right click, Properties, Rename, Paste. There we go. So that was the name of that new ROM that we made. So to get it to look this up, let me show you the alt sound too while we're here. Let's back out because we've got to go there anyway. Actually, hold on. We got to go set this pup up. So we're going to go in here into the pup itself. Scroll down to the bottom. There'll be some options for your different setups. Okay. I have full DMD, but that's telling you that it's going to put the videos on your DMD. I don't like that. So I want it on my Backglass. So I'm going to pick this one. Backglass and topper separate. Okay. So this one here is DMD on the Backglass. So if you was to have a like a 2-screen setup, that's what you would pick. So let's go to Backglass and topper separate. I'm going to double click that, and it's going to set. It's automatically going to set those. So back out, all the way back to the visual pinball. Okay, we're going to go to Vpinmame, and right here in our alt sound, you're going to go in here, alt sound, and you would put this in here. But this is for the other table, so we're going to have to change it to the name of the new one. But I don't want to use this. But anyway, you'll see in here it'll have a ton of different sounds and whatnot. I don't care for them. But if you wanted to use it, you put it in here, name it what it needs to be, and that's it. Okay. But what we need to do is we need to make this work. So you have to fool it. So we'll go all the way down here, and there's a text file called VPM alias. Okay. You'll see there's some default ones already made. But all we're going to do is, let's hit enter, move this down a little bit, click. I'm going to paste in what we made. See? Sisting. And then you have to put in the actual real name. Hit colon, no spaces, and then the real name. I'll just paste this as again and remove the P that I added. So it'll look like this: Sisting I7P, Sisting I7, just like that. So close that out, hit save. Okay. Now one other thing, you can either download a full DMD video. Let's just see. Or you could just make a copy of the video that we made through Popper Record. So we're going to install this table to Pinup Popper. So let's go to Pinup, Popper Config, right? We're going to go to the Games Manager, add new games, VPX, hit scan. We got Star Trek Pup, add, okay. Just like that. We're going to go playlist, make sure it's in there. There it is. We're going to go to the Media Manager. Here we go. Let's get another, let's do the, I did the people last time, so I'll do the ship on this one. Let's use that. Can do the loading, we can do the full, let's do blank. Let's do full screen. Next generation. Alright, download, use. Add to list. 3. Okay. Alright. Now we have a full Backglass video already. So I'm going to show you where it stores all these files. So we're going to go to C, Visual Pinball, Pinup System, and Pop Media, Visual Pinball X. Okay. And I think it's in menu. Yep. Alright. So the full DMDs in menu. The rest of your videos are in the respective. You got loading. Alright. You got the DMD, Backglass. Alright. So I want this full DMD right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put it in my full DMD. Alright, see that? It actually put it in here and used it. Okay, but it changed the name, Pup. Just like that. So now I have a full DMD for my Pup Pack. Okay. So now, what are we going to do? Going to close that out. I'm going to exit setup for now. We're just going to go check out the table. So let's go to Visual Pinball, File, Open, Pup, Open. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's hit play. Okay, our Backglass popped back up. So what that means is we don't have exact name checked. So basically it's real simple. You're going to, I'm glad this showed up. So that gives you something else to see. You're going to right click the Backglass. Alright. And we are going to check. It says exact direct B2S match. Hit that. Save settings. Okay. Close. Also, I see my color DMD is not set up because I forgot to change that. Alright, so we're going to go back, click the play field, hit QQ. Okay. I want my color DMD, so we're going to go to Vpinmame, Visual Pinball, Vpinmame, Alt Color, and I want to copy this. Copy here, change the name, and you got it. We're going to change it to the P version. Alright, so just like that. So now that table will have color DMD too. Alright, so here we go. Let's check it out again in all its glory. Okay, that's looking good. The full DMD will run when we run Popper because we saved it in there. So I'll show you that. Let's exit out. QQ. Close. Alright, let's run Popper. Alright, we want this one. We're going to have to record media for this too. But anyway, as you can see, look on my full DMD. It already shows up. See that? So let's hit enter. When it plays, you'll be able to see it. There you go. Just like that. Welcome to the Enterprise. Alright, there we go. Let's exit out. Looks good. Exit, enter, enter. You'll know how to record. You can go to Popper Record, hit it's already on Visual Pinball X, hit scan, and it's telling you play film, backglass missing. We can go ahead and hit start record, yes. Alright, and there we go. We have our media for both tables. Let's exit out of here. Okay, I'm going to show you a few more tips. If you want to adjust, like me, I like the table to be dark and the lighting to pop. So what you could do is you can load the table up. Let's go File. Let's load Star Trek Pup. Okay. Once you're in here, you have a day and night slider. Okay. You can turn this all the way down. You can make the table real dark. Let's hit play. I'll show you what it looks like. Makes the lights pop a little bit more. See that? You can, you know, maybe not go so dark. Let's QQ. You can, like I said, you can adjust it how you want it. Let's go to a little bit. Alright, you like that right there? Now if you want the lights to glow even more, alright, let's exit out. We can go over here to lights, and we can give them some bloom. Alright, so this is on 0.1. Let's go 5. Alright, 0.5. If you really want to go crazy, we'll go 1. Let's just show you what it looks like. Alright, hit start. Alright, 1's not too bad, just to give you a little more bloom. You can go higher than that. I'll just show you what it affects. See how bright they are? So you just find out, you know, what looks good to you. 1 actually wasn't too bad on this table, so we'll leave it like that. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, that's pretty good. I like it. Alright. Then all you do when you get done, you hit File, Save. Okay? If for some reason you can't see these windows over here, they might be closed up like this. This might be up here. You can drag it down. Yeah. Okay. Now I hadn't showed you the GL version. It actually looks the same, but you can download a new table. So let's do that. Let's download a brand new table. Let's get the let's go to Virtual Pinball, Downloads. Police Force is a new one. We can click that. There we go. Let's download. Let's get the backglass for it. So we'll just copy the name, copy, go up top here, hit Files, paste, hit Enter. Here we go. Depending on your backglass, if you have one, you can use this, but I have the full DMD, so we're going to use this one down here. Have different ones. You can have this one, whichever one looks better. I think I'll take Haunt Freaks. His are usually pretty on point. Let's download that. Full DMD. If you set up your screen res.text right, this will look amazing. I want to keep double clicking that. Let's go to Vpinball, Visual Pinball Tables. Okay, go to our downloads. We got Police Force. Let's put the table in here. And we have the full DMD Backglass. Okay. Like I said, I like them both named the same. I'm going to click them. Show more, rename. Don't mess with the extensions on the end. Don't the dot. It needs to be .direct B2S and .vpx. All right, we change the name of that and just hit enter. It'll fix the other one, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to load our GL version because this is a 10.8 table. Hit File, Open, Police Force, Open. OpenGL, hit File, Open, Police Force, Open. There we go. We're going to hit Play. We need the ROM, alright. It's telling us what we need. The ROM name is police_i4. Okay. Continue. Alright. I'm going to close that out. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. File. Open Police Force. Edit. Find. Game name. I can't spell. Alright, we're going to copy this. Paste, space, ROM, enter, Police Force. Download. Okay. We're going to go to our Vpinmame ROMs folder. Go to our downloads. Here it is. You need to right click and check properties, make sure it's not blocked. If you turned off everything like I showed you, it shouldn't be. We'll go down here, put it in our ROMs. And launch. Now what we're going to have here is you're going to have this DMD on top of the other, okay? Also, if you download an older 10.8 and we just got the new 10.8 update, the table might look like this, and I'm just going to show you how to fix it. But anyway, first thing we want to do, we want to hit F1. That ain't going to let us do it in here. Let's hit F3 to reset the ROM. Alright, and our table was sideways, so we got to fix that, and the ROM was on. We don't need the external DMD when we're using B2S full DMD. We don't want double scoring. So what we need to do for that, since in GL we can't get into the Pinball menu, so you'd either have to open it in DirectX, which we can do, or you can just go to Vpinmame itself. So let's go to, I'll show you. Let's go, we're in the Vpinmame folder. Let's go down to Setup 64. Alright. And all you're going to do is hit Test. And the name of the ROM, please. Let's see. It was the Police Force 4. So what we want to do is hit Game Options and uncheck External DMD. We don't want to use that. Hit OK. Just that simple. Hit OK and quit. Alright. Now to fix the to size a table in the new 10.8, basically you need to be in the editor like this. And while you're in the editor, click on it, you're going to hit F6. Okay? F6. We're going to load that up. Okay. And while our table's flipped around, if you look, you can actually read it. It's already in window mode because that's what the old 10.8 was. So to reset it, all you do is hit Enter or your plunger key. Okay? So you want to do that. You can check, I have a full video on how to change POV, but I'm going to do it right quick here. I'm going to go down to X and Y. I'm going to shrink this up so it'll fit my screen. Okay. Go down one more. I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to do it pretty quick here. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. I'm going to go back up a little. Alright, looks pretty good. Let's go. We gotta adjust Z a little bit here. It's on, what's it on? 70? I don't know, it don't look too bad. 74. Well, the rest of it looks pretty good actually. I'm just gonna leave it right there. So we'll just hit QQ to get out. Then we're gonna hit File, save it in the new POV. Okay. Let's just hit play. Everything should be normal now. Remember, if for some reason you start up and the ROM is like messed up, it tells it's in, for the first time that you run a ROM, you need to hit F3 to reset it. But everything's looking good now. Let's add the coins. I got this stupid joystick and it's got stick drift. It's terrible. It's making everything drift to the left. So if you ever have an issue where the ball's like going to one side of the table, it's because you have a joystick hooked up and it's awful. It has stick drift. It holds the, it'll actually, you can actually move the ball around. See? Pew pew pew. Alright, anyway, let's exit out. But I just wanted to hook a controller up so I could show you how to set up certain buttons. Alright, we have that. what you want to do if you want to check your buttons out for like VPX. So let's just open VPX. Alright, preferences, configure keys and nudge. Alright, well you might not know what your numbers are. So what you could do is go down here, hit controller, or type controller in the search bar where it says set up USB game controllers. Click that. Hit properties on whatever USB controller you're using or controller board. And then basically you want to write down. So if you mesh your plunger, like here's my plunger, it's 1. Alright. You want to write that down. Plunger is 1. If you want to do left flipper, look, my left flipper is 5. Alright. Right flipper 6. Whatever buttons you want to use, you need to write them down. So just click them all, write them down, and what numbers they are. Okay? Then, once you do all that, you can come back here, and so, like right here, you want to set lock bar fire number up to 1. That is the plunger number. So plunger and fire, same thing. So plunger, so that's 1. Left flipper, like I said, it was 5. Right flipper 6, and so on and so forth. If you got MagnaSave, set those up, whatever they are. 8, 9, start. Actually, start's 8, so we'll do 10, 11. It doesn't matter. Whatever they are. I don't. And then once you get done, just hit OK. And those buttons will control whatever you set those up for. Alright, now that you have games in 10.7 and GL, you have to set them up independently in the Pinup Popper. You have to use the alternate launch, so we're going to show you how to do that. We'll put it in, we're going to do the Pinup Popper setup. We're going to go to Game Manager. At the top it says Lookups. Okay? Alright, so we are going to find our EXEs, which will be C drive, Visual Pinball, and scroll down, and here they are. The GL one, so we're going to copy this name. Just copy. We're going to paste it into the alternate launcher exe box. If you want to do the 32-bit, you can do that also. You can go ahead and add all of them if you want. Just do properties, copy, have to hit enter, go down to the next line. I'll add the x64 one, copy, paste. Alright, we have all 3 of them in here. Just hit save to list. Alright, now we're going to go back. And now we're going to add a new game. Visual Pinball, scan for folder. We got Police Force. Add to games list. Alright, then we're going to go back to all games. We're going to go to Visual Pinball. We have a Police Force here. All you do is go down here to the bottom to alternate launcher, click that, and we're going to run it with the GL. So we're going to click that, hit save. So whenever you click that table in Popper, it will use that exe to play the game. Okay. One other thing, if you want to edit a Puppacks, let's see. We're going to go to the Pinup Pack Editor. We're going to load, so we got the Star Trek one. I'm going to load Puppacks. You can turn screens off. You can click on them, scroll, show, or turn off. You can actually change the volume. Like I don't like to hear the Puppacks, so I turned it down. You could put it even more. You can put it on 1. If you want to be really loud, you can put it on 100. That's up to you. I like to slightly hear it in the background. I put it on about 50, 60. Then you just hit Save Puppack. Hit OK. Close editor. And that's that. Alright guys, just a few words before I get off here. I just I want you all to know and hope that you know, going through all this stuff, that you realize how much actually goes into virtual pinball. It's not just a one-click thing. It's, you know, it's not just one person working on it, or one group. It's a collective of, you know, hundreds of people to make this hobby as good as it, you know, as good as it could be. Um, so when you do go and you download a table and, you know, a putt pack, a backglass, whatever it may be, it only takes a second to throw a like and a thank you to the authors and people that do all this stuff. I mean, for free. I mean, they're not doing it for themselves. I mean, they already know how to do it. I mean, they could make all this stuff and just keep it for themselves and, you know, say to hell with everybody else. But you know, they take their time, they put all this work into it, and they share it with the public. So the least you could do is say thank you. A thank you goes a long way. And like I said, I hope you guys appreciate this video. I did a lot to put it together, and yeah, if you like it, if it helps you out, put a simple thank you in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Alright guys, good luck, have fun, and till next time.